Good morning, Salome B here, and today I want to talk about Democrats say Republicans are stealing the midterms. Are they right? Columbus, Georgia, Ed Harbison remembers Jim Crow, the segregation school, the no-go threateners, on the no-go theaters, the colored-only water fountains, the white supremacist siege of the First Baptist Church in Montgomery, Alabama, where Martin Luther King Jr. was trapped inside, and Harbison was too. The white folks telling his mother she could not vote unless she could answer how many beans were in a jar or how wet water was. Harbison is now a Democratic state senator from Georgia, and the Deep South has changed radically in his 72 years on its soil. Sometimes, though, he reflects on how it hasn't changed, like when he reflects on the high-profile race for governor pitting Stacey Abrams, a progressive African American Democrat who used to run a voting rights nonprofit against Brian Kemp, the conservative white Republican, Secretary of the State, who is mired in multiple voting rights controversies. Harbison is rooting for Abrams to become the first black woman governor of any American state, and Kemp's effort to purge voter rolls and challenge voter registration in ways that disproportionately affect minorities bring black painful memories of the bad old days. It's different times, but it feels like the same game plan. Harbison told me after Abrams rally at Columbus State University, Georgia is at the epicenter of a national government for stricter voting rules in Republican controlled states, and it battles over the ballot have become a national story about race and power in the South. But while Harbison is concerned that Republicans may be disenfranchising some black voters, perhaps even enough to swing a too close to call governor race to Kemp. He thinks far more black voters disenfranchise themselves sitting out elections. They suspect are predetermined to ratify the white power structure status quo. He tells his constituents, especially young ones, about the blood that's been spilled to secure the right to vote. Okay, I'm not going to go too much into this article. This article is by Mike Stewart, um, Political Magazine. Whoever wrote this article is probably a Democrat because they are using mostly slave history. And this is what I don't like about Democrats. They won't tell you what black Americans were doing before the 1800s. They won't tell you that. If you go to the 13, 14, 1500s, black Americans, African Americans were doing well. They were, some of them were kings and queens at the time. So when we say we were kings and queens, that's before the 1800s. That's before Columbus. That's before all of that. And this article is talking about this senator, Ed Harrison, who quote unquote remembers Jim Crow law. Who doesn't remember Jim Crow law? That was a Democratic policy. Like the stuff that the Democrats talk about, it be the policy that white Democrats made over you. And now you're saying that the Republicans are stealing the midterms and disenfranchising black voters. That's a lie. And this Mike Stewart, that's a lie. We're looking for results. Okay, America was built on results. We're not getting those results from the Democrat Party. And I have a video that I'm going to do today. It's about democracy, what democracy really is. Socrates talked about democracy. And Socrates was a white atheist. He was a Christian. I believe he was a Christian or an atheist. I'm not remember. If you know, put it down. He was an atheist. He talked about how terrible a democracy was. And here it is, African American senators promoting democracy. I'm going to show you what a democracy is. Democracy is a corrupt form of government, and it has always failed in Rome. So that's not the issue. So are Republicans still in the midterm? You damn right they are, because a lot of us are waking up and we want to upgrade our families. We want to have businesses. We want to, you can't have that under a democracy. This is a republic, not a democracy. It has always been known in ancient history to be a republic, not a democracy. Some people say a democratic republic. No, democracy is another form of government that wrecked Rome when Socrates was in existence. Okay, now another issue that we got going on where Oprah is walking around campaigning for Stacey Abrams. This is what I have a problem with. I don't have a problem with black women being in government. But if you're using black women to continue to push the democratic system of government, I disagree with that, because a democratic form of government is corruption. And if the black women are going to get out and vote for more corruption, then y'all are the reason why this is going on. You keep voting for the same system and expect to get different results. You're going to get the exact same results that we got 8 years ago with Obama. You're not going to get no new results. So vote differently. The only thing that Obama gave us was the thought of change. Okay, we want change. We're not seeing change on the Democratic government. So let's keep walking away. I don't appreciate black women being fronts for the Democratic Party. I don't appreciate that. And I think it is evil. That type of government is evil. It has always been. The white Democrats are the one who wanted blacks in slavery. I can't support that. So tell me what you think about this article. I'm going to post it down in the link, and you can skim over it. You don't have to read it, because the person that wrote this article is probably a Democrat, and they're complaining about their losing because they think Democrats say Republicans are stealing the midterms. How are you stealing the midterms when people are waking up? So tell me what you think. Like, share, subscribe. So long. You have a great day.